We are excited to share the latest Salesforce innovations with you, which means we may talk about future-looking products and services. Because future-looking statements are inherently subject to risk and uncertainty, our reminder is that you should make any purchasing or investment decisions based on products that are currently commercially available.
Welcome to the Commerce Cloud Keynote. My name is Mike Micucci. I'm the CEO of Commerce Cloud. Thank you for being here today. We are going to have a great time. How much fun is it to walk on stage for your keynote to AC/DC? That is pretty fun. Even get to wear an AC/DC t-shirt. That's even better. I mean, I got this t-shirt off of one of our great customers, EMP's cool commerce website. In fact, I am dressed head to toe in all of our great customers' products. It takes the entire Commerce Cloud Ohana to make me look good. So we today are going to have a great time. We're going to talk about commerce. We're going to talk about transformation. But most importantly, we're going to talk through the lens of our customers and show you how they're doing it, really changing the shape of commerce. But first, I just need to say thank you. I need to say thank you to everybody here for taking time out of a very, very busy time. This is holiday. This is a really important time for all of our customers, and I'm sure all of you. But I need to say thank you to our partners for everything you do to make our customers successful. Of course, our employees, our engineers, our product managers, our product marketers for all this, and our support team who are out there every day with CSG making sure that this holiday is a success. But most important, I need to say thank you to our customers. You drive us, you inspire us, you make us better. I am so grateful what you do. Thank you. In fact, yes, thank you. In fact, it's you, our customers, the Trailblazers who are transforming commerce. You have driven Commerce Cloud into over 84 countries, 4,200 sites. This holiday, this month of November, we project we'll see over 1 billion visitors to the Commerce Cloud platform. 1 billion. That's over a 40% year-over-year growth, thanks to everything you're doing in driving market success. Now, last year we were here, and on stage with me was Madewell. And they are transforming the business and the industry as well. I got to give them a huge congratulations. In the first half of this year, they drove over 40% of the increase in their business through online. And Frito-Lay, using B2b Commerce, opening up a whole new channel. This new thing they're calling Snacks to You. They've now touched over 33.5 million customers. And Hibbett Sports, a sports retailer in the south here of the US, they're using combinations of Einstein to transform their business. They're seeing over a 10% increase in average order value. These are the customers, the Trailblazers that we're showcasing here at Dreamforce that you can learn from and how they're getting the most out of Commerce Cloud. Now, I'm on the product side. I build products, and every day we think about three things when we think about Commerce Cloud. How do we make sure our product is flexible, the platform, so we can embed commerce anywhere? Can we put it in social, on your website, in a mobile app? How do we take data, machine learning and data science, and make it intelligent and personalized so that your experience is transformational? And finally, we have the best engineers in the world, and we make sure this is trusted, that can run at global scale. Because look, this year it's 1 billion users. Next year, with what you guys are doing, it'll probably be 2 billion. That's why our engineers wake up every day, because you guys make us better. All right, so I just want to make sure, because we're going to show this out throughout the demo, there's really two ways, it's kind of a continuum, two ways everybody's using Commerce Cloud. One, on the left, so I call our Commerce Storefront templates. It's our reference architecture. And you can change that on the platform with what we call clicks, right? So you can use our declarative builders and manipulate or customize the site. On the right, it's what some people call headless commerce. But using our commerce platform and our headless services, you can build any experience you want. So we call this platform clicks to code, and it's a continuum. Some people start on the left, some start to the right, and they build customizations, and they expand it, and they keep growing and growing, all sorts of great experiences. But this is Dreamforce. And Dreamforce, we save our best tech, our best product announcements for here. And today, we got some great announcements and great product that we want to show off. First, Einstein. How many people were at Mark's keynote yesterday? Did you see the really, really cool thing called Einstein Designer? It's transformational, how we are letting Einstein and machine learning generate user experiences and then match them to the personas. It's going to be truly transformational change. Secondly, we're combining that with a new recommender set with Einstein. We call it Complete the Set. It allows us to recommend combinations of things. Think of it like this. It's hard for me to get dressed. I need somebody to tell me this jacket goes with these pants and these shoes. There's Einstein going to do that. We call that feature Complete the Set. Can't wait to demo it for you today. Right in the center, a product that we've been working on for 2 years. Something that all of you in this room have been asking for, which is our new Salesforce order management, rethought from the ground up to drive amazing customer experience. It's going to be a great, great demo. And of course, our platform. We have put massive investment in the platform. We want to make sure that everybody gets the most out of it. We have a whole slew of new services to make developers very productive in building net new commerce experiences. And those could be for mobile. They could be new custom apps. They could be embedded in social. Super cool. In combination of that, we just released, you may have heard this, a new CMS system. It's headless. It works across Commerce Cloud, B2C, B2B, Marketing Cloud, Community Cloud. In fact, you can put it in any experience with the APIs. We've delivered over 80 new features this year, so much innovation. We couldn't pack it all in today, but we're going to give it a shot. But commerce does not live in isolation. It's part of the overall customer 360 because we spend as much time we spend on our platform, we spend on making sure it's hooked into the marketing journey. So when you engage customers, they're right there and brought to commerce to complete the transaction. But it doesn't stop after they hit checkout. You've got to make sure it connects exactly to customer service. That's where order management picks in. It literally seamlessly combines commerce plus orders to service. And it uses the full power of the Customer 360 platform from our Lightning Flow workflow, our identity, our security, our AI. It's all combined together to make that a truly transformational piece on the Customer 360. So today, we're going to showcase all this great tech through the lens of our Trailblazers that are here today. We're going to talk about Travelex and how they're using Headless Commerce, Kellogg's, how they're transforming their B2B channel, using our B2b Commerce platform. And of course, L'Oreal is here to talk about how they're driving success at global sale across their 150 Commerce Cloud websites. So let's kick it off first, and we're going to talk about Travelex. And I'm going to introduce two great leaders and what they're doing around using Headless to really transform Travelex and their entire kind of go-to-market from a digital perspective. So with that, I'd like to introduce Catherine Murphy, SVP of Product Management, and Sushant, Head of Global Channels. Guys, come on up here. Tell us about Headless Commerce.
Thank you, Mike. As you can see, I am really ready to travel. This is my own neck pillow and my own eye mask. So that tells you a little bit about me. But I'm really excited to tell you the story of Travelex. And many of you may not be familiar with Travelex. Travelex, if you've traveled internationally, you've probably seen them in the airport. You may have even stood in line at the kiosk to get your foreign currency. So to tell you a little bit, we're going to start this chapter and invite Sushant Sahani to the stage, the global head of channels of Travelex.
Thanks, Catherine. First of all, good afternoon, everybody in here, out there. It's an honor to speak with you.
Thank you. So Sushant, let me get this right. You sell money. You help travelers like me get the foreign currency that I need when I need it. But you came to Salesforce looking for headless commerce. So I'm going to just ask you the obvious question. Why does Travelex need headless commerce?
Brilliant question, Catherine. So let's get this right. Cash is our core product. And cash is a highly regulated product. So think about foreign currencies. These foreign currencies are our product SKUs. So why do we need headless commerce? So a couple of reasons. First, commerce is becoming omnichannel. And that means we need to meet the customer where they are. So for us to achieve that, we are building a omnichannel commerce ecosystem for our customers like yourself and our partners like banks and supermarkets to order anywhere on any channel so we can fulfill anywhere on any channel in a most compliant manner. So
Yeah.
That's why we need headless commerce.
Okay, perfect. So how are you going to do that, though?
Yes, how is important. So the way we are doing this is we're taking the out-of-the-box common services for commerce platform, such as basket management, order management, store management. And we are blending those common services with highly custom services from our compliance engine. We are taking this a little bit further, and we are taking the Commerce Cloud experience APIs, and we are connecting them with our partner network. The end result of doing all of this is we take a very highly regulated product like cash, and we make it very easy for our customers and our partners to do business with us. So with that context in mind, I think you're going to bring our vision to life.
Yes, let's
Thank
do
you.
that. Hey, Sushant, actually, would you mind taking my
Of
neck
course.
pillow?
I can use that there.
Yes. Thank you. Sushant, we're going to come back to you in a minute. And you're right. This is Dreamforce, so we're going to bring this vision to life. But first, I'd like to ground everyone in headless commerce. So with that, the Customer 360 Commerce. This is the commerce platform, and it's all about accelerating developer productivity with headless commerce experiences. And we've been really hard at work building tools and capabilities that help your developers and businesses go even faster. And it starts with the Commerce Cloud Developer Center. This is based on MuleSoft, and it's an API community that allows developers to discover, share, test, and build. We're building commerce SDKs and headless sample apps, help developers easily build those personalized commerce experiences. And the MuleSoft Accelerator. This is recently released because integration is hard. In fact, my whole morning has been talking to retailers about integration. Many of you have dozens of systems with information that you're trying to leverage to bring these commerce experiences to life. So with that, let's bring this through a demo, bring this vision through a demo. But first, I'd like to introduce our amazing demo team, Taylor and Sarah over here. Not only do they get to walk the tightrope of live demos, but they work with us tirelessly to bring these stories to life. So Taylor, let's go to the first experience. I'm going to show you for the next few minutes 3 commerce experiences built with headless commerce. And the first one here is a commerce website. Now, actually, how many of you knew you could buy currency online? Yes. I bet some of you wish you did that before you came to Dreamforce. So here we are, and it looks maybe like a standard commerce experience at first, but it's not. There's no search bar, there's no product listing page. We're buying a highly regulated product right here in the middle of the screen. And down there, chat with an expert, that's Service Cloud. Because Travelex needs to make sure their customers can get help buying this product whenever they need it. So let's go ahead and make the purchase. We're going to add it to our cart and get into checkout. And here you see it's much more of a standard experience. I choose my date. I choose my fulfillment options, which, just think about this for a minute. You could have currency delivered to your home. You can get it at city stores, and you can get it at airport stores. And then I choose how I want to pay. So you might be asking yourself, why does Travelex need headless commerce to do this? Well, besides the fact that it's not exactly standard, Travelex needs to bring their regulatory and compliance services together with those commerce services like price, product, checkout in order to deliver that seamless experience we just went through. So now let's take a look at the next experience, and let's go to the phone. Here we are in my Instagram feed. Taylor and I are friends. That is her beautiful dog. But here you see Travelex presenting me with an option to purchase currency right here on a social platform. And especially if you did not raise your hand about knowing you could buy currency online, this is exactly what Travelex can do with embedded commerce. They can reach that whole new set of consumers and that big travel community that's on Instagram. The commerce platform and headless commerce powers exactly these kind of experiences. And now let's go to the third experience, the mobile app. This one is my personal favorite because this is how it works for me. I travel a ton for the job. The fact that I have my own eye mask and I'm still wearing it because it's comfortable should concern you. In fact, this is my 3rd year as a Delta Diamond, which is the highest status on the airline. And no rest for this weary traveler. Right after Dreamforce, I am heading to Toronto. And here's what's awesome about this mobile experience, is that literally during my taxi ride on the way to the airport, I can buy the Canadian dollars that I'm going to need. And so I make this purchase. I have this QR code to identify myself when I get there. And I know that I said this was my favorite, but my actual favorite, I'm about to show you this. I'm quite excited to reveal here at Dreamforce, first time ever, how Travelex is taking digital transformation all the way to the physical spaces. And so with a bit of a drum roll, I will draw your attention over here to the newly reimagined Travelex space. This is beautiful, it's experiential, it's not that glass kiosk you remember. So let's play this scenario out. Let's cut over to Kate. Kate, thank you very much, who is playing me, the business traveler, except for you're dressed a little more nicely than I am. She gets to this beautiful space, and let's cut over to the iPad, the self-service iPad. This is also powered by the Commerce platform. And very easily, I can scan myself in and look at this. Now, I'm going to be able to get the currency that I need right here in this wonderful space. Canadian dollars are on their way. Thank you, Kate. Now, that was omnichannel. Do you guys realize I just bought currency on my phone and I picked it up in the stores? This is digital transformation. And to tell us a little bit more, please welcome me, inviting Sushant Sahani back to the stage.
Thank you.
Sushant, I love it. It's so exciting, especially for people like me. You've got to tell us more about this amazing space.
First of all, that was an amazing way, Taylor, to bring the vision to life, so thank you so much. So let's get this right. The store that we are showcasing today is art of the possible for us. It's a visionary setup. So what's different? Today we have a hardware-based point-of-sale system. And some of my colleagues in the room will realize that hardware-based point-of-sale system automatically creates a behind-the-counter transactional mindset. And we are trying to change that mindset to more engagement-based mindset. And the way we are doing that is implementing a soft point-of-sale system. And that essentially allows us to reimagine our retail space into more engagement-driven interactions with our customers.
Yeah.
That's a little bit about the space.
I love it. It's so great. Now, you've talked to me before about things like a universal storefront or a universal platform for your customers. Tell us a little more about that.
So another way of doing this transformation is we are kind of moving away from siloed applications. Previously, we had a web-based system and an order capture system, and a different order capture system for our mobile app, and a different order capture system for a store. We're moving away from that. We're moving away into more of an experience-led economy so that order can transfer from web to mobile to retail or even to a partner in a very frictionless and a seamless manner. So to sum it up, Travelex is on a multi-year transformation journey. And the direction of travel is we're going from transaction to engagement to more communities.
Yeah.
And the way we are executing that vision is in 3 dimensions. The first is customer centricity.
Yep.
And the way we are implementing customer centricity, Mike talked about the Customer 360 platform. We are implementing that. We are deploying that platform. The second bit is around building the omnichannel commerce ecosystem, and we are doing that through Headless Commerce. And the third bit is around building a API-first microservices framework. And we're doing that in-house because that's our IP, but we are accelerating that vision through platforms like MuleSoft. So I want to actually take this time to thank Mike and the platform team and the product team here for bringing an entire ecosystem of solutions to us, because speed of execution is everything for us. And think about if we were to build this in-house, the market would have already moved. So thanks for bringing an entire ecosystem of solutions so we can execute faster on this vision.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much for letting us share your story and really highlight the digital transformation that's going on.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. So we just shared with you 3 commerce experiences powered by the commerce platform using Headless Commerce services. We showed you a web experience where we brought together commerce services like product, price, and cart, along with Travelex's compliance services. We showed you Instagram, embedded commerce, enabling Travelex to reach new consumers everywhere. And then we showed you that mobile commerce app, but we did better. We went to omnichannel, and we revealed that new space that also is going through transformation. That is how Travelex drives growth with commerce everywhere. Thank you again. I'm excited now to introduce the next chapter, Kellogg's. Kellogg's is also driving transformational growth with the commerce platform, but focused on personalization and productivity. And to tell that story, I'd like to invite 2 wonderful gentlemen to the stage, the SVP and GM of B2b Commerce, Ray Grady, and the head of global B2b Commerce, Rob Burse.
All right, everybody, thank you. Rob,
Over here.
thanks for being with us.
It's my pleasure.
Right? Having a good time so far, Dreamforce?
Fantastic. Great
All right.
to be here.
You want to tell a little, you and I have known each other for a long time, but you want to maybe share a little bit about yourself with the group?
So clearly, from my thick accent, you can tell I'm from Chicago, which is the truth.
Yeah.
I've been in global B2B commerce for more than 20 years, and I was an early adopter of Salesforce Commerce Cloud.
Yeah, no, you've been a great client for a long time, and we appreciate that, and thank you to Catherine and Shusan. I think as we've learned from that previous presentation, like digital is transforming every industry, right? I mean, we just learned about currency and e-commerce. I don't think you would have thought about that, a couple years ago. And it's transforming your industry as well in a big way, right? Consumer trends are changing. You're having to pivot to not only address that trend, but then figure out how you're going to service all of your customers, whether it's someone big like Kroger or even smaller customers. And as we're about to see, if it's the smaller customer, it's got to be e-commerce, right?
Right.
Like that's the only way you can get to that customer. And if you're going to do it, they have heightened expectations that solution's got to be personalized, right? It's got to be informed by intelligence, and you may need to do a little bit more than just add to cart and checkout. You need to maybe do some other applications to do so, right?
Yeah. For us, it's very much focused on leveraging personalization, combining it with intelligence, and creating competitive advantage at scale.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really excited to talk to these guys about today.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're excited to hear it, and we know that Kellogg's is a wonderful family of brands. Everybody probably knows it's one of the leading global plant-based food manufacturers in the world. Awesome, iconic brands, Kashi, Special K, and my favorite, as you can see, Cheez-It, right? As you can see by my physique and the T-shirt, Cheez-It, big fan. But so a lot of people, everybody knows the brands. What a lot of people don't know is that our core values are really similar. Like, you heard from Mark. We talked a lot about sustainability here. It's been a big theme throughout the week. But Kellogg has some amazing programs. You want to share that with the group? Some of the things that you're doing in this area?
Yeah, first of all, it's amazing how close both companies are in terms of their efforts around this subject. Everybody at Kellogg's is incredibly proud of the fact that we've donated more than 1.1 billion servings of food to people in need over the last 2 years. But at the same time, equally as proud of the fact that we've helped more than 300,000 of our farmers through climate-smart agricultural programs that's driving sustainable farming across the world. But you and I are here today to talk about the small format stores globally and how a successful small format store can help their own community become stronger.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a real game changer for us.
That's great.
And of course, in the past, we had no route to this customer. Fundamentally, the cost to serve was too high and prohibitive. But today, with the advent of modern B2B commerce, that paradigm has changed completely.
All
So
right.
there's a new era for us, and I'm just so excited.
Modern B2B commerce, and again, you couldn't have got to these customers before, but let's take a look at what that means. Let's take this thing for a test drive. All right, Taylor, you ready to go? Let's go ahead and take a look at what modern B2B commerce looks like. You want to start here, Rob?
Yeah, so what you're looking at here, obviously, mobile device. Mobile first has got to be the only approach that you adopt. because this is going to become the business tool of the future, especially for high growth markets. So that's the first thing. As we come down through the experience here, you'll see it's rich. It's a very B2C style presentation, but don't be fooled. This is a B2B presentation. Everything there is curated for Sarah's store type, location, and size. So everything is relevant, highly relevant, and personalized. But here is the first thing. The first thing at the top of the screen I think is worth talking about in more detail, and that's suggested order.
Okay, let's check it out.
So suggested order is driven by Einstein. And Einstein's taking order history with trending information and archetype customer segmentation and creating a data set that then says, Sarah, there are some products that you need to think about in more detail. In this case, a pre-populated cart with 5 products, 4 of which Sarah already stocks, but we don't think, or Einstein doesn't think, that she's stocking enough to capitalize on the demand. And the 5th one is a new product. So at the bottom of the tab, you can see we've gone into order insights, because that recommendation isn't enough to convince Sarah to pull the trigger. So we're showing that there's going to be a change in demand. For the ego there's a demand coming that we forecast. That could be because we're promoting products, running more advertising. We want to make sure that there's a sense of urgency for Sarah to capitalize on this wave of increased revenue. And then the last one is a real game changer for us in our relationship with a retailer. We have identified a product that sells in other stores just like Sarah's, but Sarah does not carry this product. So by presenting Sarah the product and a forecast of predicted revenue for Sarah, it changes Sarah's mindset altogether. So this is true personalization and putting money in our pocket.
So you're recommending, you're not even selling here, right? You're just helping her run her store in a better way.
Yeah, I mean, we just can't ask her to buy more products. We've got to help her sell more products.
Yeah.
That's the key. But of course, at the same time, productivity matters. So the cart is already populated. Sarah's a known entity to us. So really, there's only one requirement, and it's place that order with one click. So the order is placed.
It's pretty easy. So one click. So you recommend it. You're telling her what the upside could be. One click, and she's out.
Simple
Negotiated product, negotiated price. That's phenomenal. Okay, so that's commerce.
Yep.
She's in the store. She's productive, but that's not all you're doing to allow her to create the perfect store, right?
No. So there's so much more.
Okay.
So a perfect store is hard to attain. Things are always changing. So we're creating a gamification around a reward program to incentivize best practice. So you can see here we've navigated to the reward store. And so Sarah's set up here, and clearly you can see she's already capitalized on some of the reward programs around best practice. And this is going to be the gateway for us to see into the stores and help store owners.
Yeah, so this is a commerce keynote, but yet we're talking about rewards here. So this isn't Commerce Cloud, right?
This is very much Commerce Cloud.
Okay.
You think about it, it's very much commerce.
Yeah.
We're enabling Sarah to drive commerce.
Yeah, it's great.
So do you want to take a little deeper dive?
So now, okay, so this is loyalty. So now, okay, I want to make sure. So we're selling to her. We're engaging her in a one-to-one way. We've never been able to do that before. But Taylor, you and I have been talking like the coolest stuff is yet to come, right? Were you ready to go? Now this is out there, but we're starting to see retailers do this. Let's go ahead and why don't you walk us through what we're about to see now? Because this is super cool.
Well, let's paint a picture first of all.
Okay.
So it's late in the evening. Sarah's in the store. Traffic has died down. Yeah. So she's doing her books and she's just doing general admin, and her phone vibrates. She pulls it out. It's a WhatsApp message from Tony the Tiger, of course. Yeah. And Tony says, "Hey, Sarah, I'd like you to take a selfie of the cereal display."
No. What? So I just figured out Snapchat. I'm still like, I kid about what is a shelfie?
Shelfie will be sweeping the retail nation.
I'm going to have to learn this too?
Yes. No, you don't.
Okay,
just
good.
Keep out of the way
all right,
of
I can't. All right.
story.
All right. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, so we ask her to take a selfie of the cereal display in return for a reward. So she thinks, why not? It's the end of the day. Great. So she goes over, takes the picture, and of course, then we upload that picture. And Einstein Vision starts to analyze it against our database of planograms that align with best practice for Sarah's store type and location. So here you see the processing. And amazing. She's already got a lot of money in her reward account because she has 92% compliance on that planogram.
She's doing pretty good.
She's doing great. But Einstein has detected an opportunity to improve it further. So with the recommendation, we're going to move out or to the side the Fruit Loops marshmallows and replace it with Rice Krispies. So if Sarah does that, we know through the science of planograms that she'll optimize that display for greater revenue.
That's unbelievable. And before the explosion in mobile and AI, this is just a customer. You never could have got to this customer, right?
Yeah, it would be impossible. It's just traditional sales models didn't allow for this. Now we can do it at scale, creating store archetypes and segmentation that's standardized. Then you can do so much with content.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is great. So now she's obviously engaged. She's wanting to engage with the brand in a one-to-one way. She's never done it before. How are you? This could be game-changing for your business. How big is this revenue opportunity for your company?
Well, that's a $64,000 question, Ray, of course. So, if you consider that we have millions of opportunities that are underserved across the world, and if we can attain a step closer every year to the perfect store, there is just so much accretive revenue involved in that process that the price is large.
Yeah.
So I would say it's for sure more than $64,000.
Come on, you're sandbagging. We know it's an $80 billion opportunity globally to get to this type of a customer. And I think with where you're positioned, the advancements that you've made in technology, I think Kellogg is super well positioned to do that. But let's go ahead and let's wrap up and kind of take a look at what we looked at here, right? So what do we see in the demonstration? We saw e-commerce. We saw it relevant in Sarah's world, mobile first, so she can get in and out in the store, spend more time with her customer. We saw Einstein in a couple different ways. One, recommending an order, and two, recommending how that order was going to look and show up in the store. And then three, we saw the power of the platform taking loyalty to a whole new level so Kellogg can build a one-to-one relationship with their customer.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I mean, I think this is really game-changing for Kellogg. This is game-changing for your entire industry and other manufacturing customers as well. So I want to thank you so much. This is why you've always been a Trailblazer, why Kellogg's a Trailblazer. So Rob, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so what I'd like to do now is I'd like to get to the last chapter. We'd like to talk about L'Oreal, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and roll a video. So Taylor, please roll the movie. Thank you.
First, there's a swim, which is 2.4 miles. Then there's a 112-mile bike, and you finish it off with a marathon. And so in total, it's 140.6 miles and a very long day. Competing in triathlon, you're constantly having to deal with setbacks and having to come up with ways to overcome those. There's no question that has spilled over into the workplace. It's all about discipline and pacing yourself in this world where things are changing very quickly.
The market is changing super fast. Consumer habits are moving at the speed of light. It's all about immediacy.
I think in today's environment, with the way that technology can create and augment new customer experiences, the bar has been set much higher, and customers expect us to know them and to serve them.
We have no choice. The customers are always looking for technology. If you as a brand, you see this siloed approach from digital and physical, it's going to be a very challenging future.
L'Oreal obviously has a legacy and a history of innovation. Our ambition is to be the world's first beauty tech company. And that puts technology at the center, at the core.
What I really appreciate about Michael is that he approaches technology from a business perspective.
We don't do technology for the sake of technology. We've adopted this test and learn approach to ensure that the things that we are doing are truly having an impact. And the Salesforce platforms enable us to connect the dots.
Before the implementation of Salesforce, we had a fragmented approach to e-commerce with different solutions across various countries, which was a big challenge.
I think the customer journey today looks different for literally every single consumer. Salesforce allows us to really understand who we're talking to and what's important to them. And so what we're able to do is stitch together all the individual moments of interaction into one cohesive, connected customer experience.
Well, AI allows us to provide great experiences that consumers want and do it at scale.
And I'm convinced that this rich data will help us to really fulfill all the customer needs and expectations so we can provide them more personalized solutions and build a long-term relationship.
The thing that I care about most being a CIO is people, and that has to lead you. You know, I have so much passion for beauty and for L'Oreal in this industry and creating these great experiences.
Athletes tend to be really good team players, and Michael's an athlete who's a really great team player.
We're just finishing the first mile of the marathon, and I think we're happy with the pace of that first mile, but we know there's still 25 plus miles to go. There's no finish line for us at L'Oreal.
Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Mike.
That is an awesome video.
This is really impressive.
Welcome to our first episode of Between Two Clouds.
We just need 2 sticks and some
2 sticks and a campfire. So I love that video. It's very inspiring. When's the next race?
Well, with any luck, I'll be in Galveston, Texas this spring.
All right, we can't wait. So, you know, everybody here wants to hear this story. L'Oreal, 135-year-old company, you know, going through and really transforming a lot of things, as you talked about in beauty tech. Can you talk a little bit about how you are responding to this global change on digital?
Sure. It's true that L'Oreal has been providing great products and services for more than a century. And if I can just brag for a moment, it's really a testament to the people and the culture, which is really very strong in L'Oreal. It's a very entrepreneurial company and spirit that drives innovation, not only in our products, but in our experiences that we give. And so, you know, we have an ambition to share beauty with everybody globally. And even though we've been around for more than a century, you know, we kind of consider ourselves, you know, just getting started. You know, looking for ways to continue to invent experiences and products, leveraging that culture of innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. And so in many ways, we're a young company.
And, you know, something you and I have talked about, and you talked about in the video as well, is how is data and personalization like part of that strategy?
Well, the first thing I would say about data and information really about our customers is that its primary purpose is to provide the best beauty experience possible. I mean, that's really what these insights allow us to do. And, you know, we're all consumers. I'm a consumer, you're a consumer, my kids are consumers. And so I think with that comes a responsibility of making sure that we're taking care of that information and we're using it in the best way possible for consumers. And you know, we've been talking in this industry for a long time about personalization and creating these personalized experiences across all the different customer touch points. So it's not a new topic, but personalization at scale in this, you know, digital world where there are so many touch points, so many interactions between brands and consumers, and it's all happening in real time. So for us, it's how can we harness this information to connect with customers, you know, using, for example, our investments in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, bringing them to our digital storefronts so that they can experience our products, buy our products on Commerce Cloud, and then providing services for them, leveraging all of the information that we have, you know, in our contact center using Salesforce Service Cloud.
I love how you're using and stitching together the whole customer 360 for the entire customer journey. And I think that's like looking at you have a big job, all of America's, 35 plus iconic brands. Tell us a little bit about like your platform strategy. And you've talked to me about, you know, creating this thing you call NG Laura and how that helps you scale.
Sure. You know, it's true. We have more than 35 incredible brands. And all of those brands are part of what we think about in terms of the L'Oreal family. And so on one hand, similar to what you have to do, we have to make decisions and provide capabilities that serve the interests of the whole family, all of the brands. At the same time, you know, the brands need to have their individual expressions. And so we also need to be able to allow them to create and innovate based on those individual expressions. And so from a tech perspective, I think of this as two key things that we have to be able to do. One is around governance, which is just a fancy word for how we collaborate with the brands that are part of the L'Oreal family, making sure all the brands have a voice at the table, making sure that we're allocating resources in a way where all brands can benefit, and then executing on that. And then the second thing is, I think, architecture. And so providing what you kind of shared earlier about what you're doing with the platform, a very flexible architecture that allows us to harness this kind of test and learn culture within L'Oreal, trying things in a single brand, learning from that quickly, and then being able to scale it quickly across all of the other brands that are part of the L'Oreal family. So making sure that we have an architecture in place that allows us to move very quickly through that process.
And by all means, you've been super successful with that. And now, I think the last question I have is, you lead a very large organization across the Americas. What advice would you give everybody here about what you've learned, best practices, in growing your team and your expertise and your workforce?
That's a good question. Well, first, everybody should use L'Oreal products. So if you're not, if you are, thank you. No, I know that wasn't your question, but I think, as I said, we said in the video, for me, it's all about people. We are a people company. We are a relationship company. And so one of the things I love about L'Oreal is, we kind of harness all of the diversity of all of the employees, their experiences, the consumer experiences globally. We learn from that, and we take the best of what we can learn from all these experiences. And so we have a kind of a global IT organization structure that allows us to do that, but at the same time, it's distributed across all the countries in the world. And so in my case, in the Americas, we have teams of people, from Buenos Aires up to Montreal and in between. And it's that diversity of thought, the diversity of those ideas that we harness, that we think, creates the best possible experiences for our consumers.
And we always say at Salesforce, your team should look like your customers. Very diverse, global. That's where the best ideas come, the best innovation.
Exactly.
Michael, thank you so much for being here, sharing what you're doing at L'Oreal. Truly inspirational. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, and good luck on the next race. Okay. So you heard a little bit from Michael. You saw some of the great demos across these 35 iconic brands, plus iconic brands, and how Michael and team are scaling these to meet the next generation of digital commerce. I thought we would double click into one of my favorite brands, a products I use every day, and that's Kiehl's. So first, as Michael talked about, we got to scale this across. Kiehl's is represented in 25 different geographies. Using Commerce Cloud and the platform, how do we do this? How do we help Kiehl's go into each brand, each geography quickly and efficiently, but show kind of a common look and feel so that customers understand the brand and the products. But we also talked about how do we let the brand, in this case Kiehl's, one of the most innovative brands at L'Oreal, have their unique brand expression, but do it quickly off of that common platform, that common base layer. So Taylor, let's roll a demo, and I want to show off some of our new tools, what we call our clicks tools or declarative tools, that helps Kiehl's get to market, express their individual brand uniquely. So Taylor, let's go over to the Page Designer. Page Designer is our new declarative tooling that allows you to do with clicks, not code, customize Kiehl's site. This went general availability in August, and it's awesome. So Taylor, maybe just give us a quick tour of what we're looking at.
For sure, Mike. So here we are on Page Designer, and as a merchandiser, this is a dream. So here we can do a couple things like localize the page. We can take a look at the page through different viewports. And we have different preview settings, but the real magic of this drag and drop builder is really through the components platform.
That's right. So the heart and soul of all of our declarative builders at Salesforce is the components. These are reusable pieces of features that you can literally drag and drop on the page. Everything from things that we built, like our CMS, to Einstein, ones that you create, L'Oreal can create them, and our partner network can build them as well, and you can get them from the App Exchange. It's literally a way to build once and reuse, and all you have to do is drag it on the page. So let's illustrate that with our new CMS. So it's holiday season, so what do we have to do, Taylor?
So all we have to do is literally drag and drop a component on the page to access our new CMS.
And so we're going to select the content. And what's cool about our CMS system is it lets you select from our CMS, our headless source, but any other source like WordPress or Drupal, so you can connect or federate to multiple different sources. And what's even cooler is this is where the holiday collection banner is. Now, I didn't have to call anybody up. I see it right here, and it's used, in this case, in Marketing Cloud through an email campaign. It's also used in social. One piece of content used across the entire customer journey. So we'll select that. Bring it back in. I love this. It automatically inherits all the properties. So it pre-populated the headline, the footer, and I can tune these really quickly in the settings. So a couple clicks. I didn't have to call a developer. I didn't have to call anybody from the content team. I was able to bring my new holiday banner in here. It's the same holiday banner I'm using in social and email. But Taylor, I think we can do more. What else are we going to do?
I think you're right, Mike. This is really cool. We can go right over to the product detail page, and I'm really excited to show you a little bit of how we can actually drag pieces of functionality on the page. So that means we can drag Einstein right on this page.
So let's do that. So let's grab some product recommendations, and we're going to drag the product recommendations onto the page. On the right-hand side, again, there's all the different settings that the Einstein team put forth here. So we can change the look and feel. Maybe we want to do a grid versus a carousel. Maybe we'll decide if we want the product image, price, whatnot. And of course, we have what we call different recommender types. So depending on your usage, maybe you have top sellers or trending. These are different options the Einstein team has created. Now we'll put that there, we'll save it, and let's just take a quick look at what that looks like. Taylor, how do we do that?
So all we need to do here is let's preview this page through the lens of a certain product. I know you love Kiehl Shaves Cream.
This is my favorite shaving cream.
So let's take a look.
There we go. All right, so that, like, you're probably going, okay, that seems pretty cool. I just need us to stop and take a really hard look at what we just did. We drug a component, an Einstein recommender, onto the page of a product detail page. I didn't need to call a data scientist. I didn't need to call a developer. I didn't need to call a merchandiser. I could literally drag data science onto the page and drive Einstein right there. It's as simple as that. And Einstein is super powerful. We are seeing customers get as much as 10% AOV lift using combination of Einstein strategies. But we have something more. Taylor, let's go back and do one more piece of this. All right, so we have a great new feature called Complete the Set. And it's another recommender type. And you know, with recommendations in the shaving cream, it was showing me there's one shaving cream, here's other shaving cream options. But you know, I may not know how to use the whole set of features. So Einstein can recommend combinations of things. Think of it like this. In apparel, it's how does this jacket and shoes and shirt go together? In this case, in cosmetics, it's the routine. What is the right routine? I could have went into the store and asked somebody, and that's actually originally how I did it. But in digital, I don't have that option, but Einstein's there to help. It's help how do the products work together. It's a set of products. So we'll set that, we'll call it Complete the Routine, and let's take a look at what it looks like on the site.
Go to the phone.
So let's switch over. There we go, there's my cool holiday banner. And there's that shaving cream recommended on the home page. We'll click in. And we'll scroll down, and Taylor, what do we got? There's my Complete the Routine, and it looks like I need to do a combination of face wash and moisturizer to make me look really good. This is called Complete the Set. And our pilot customers, we've been running for the last 6 months, this feature is seeing as much as 9% GMV lift just through recommending combination of products. Products that work together, they were designed together, and now through this new strategy, you can recommend them together. This is super, super cool. And you didn't need a data scientist. You didn't need an engineer to do it. It's just part of the commerce platform and part of the page designer. You just have to bring it onto the page, a couple clicks, and here you go. Super cool. So of course we would check out, pay, and then usually if this was a normal demo, we'd end right here on this page here called the order summary. But that's not a normal demo for Commerce Cloud because we got something really cool. Because now we have to show you how we complete the journey to make sure that order gets to our customer, me, successfully. And that's the next step of our journey, and that's where we're going to introduce Salesforce Order Management, something we've been working on for a long time, completely reimagining the customer experience after they hit checkout. And I can think of nobody better to talk about Salesforce Order Management, and the product leader has been driving this here. Amanda Hacker, please come on up. Director of Product Management, and tell us all about it.
Thank you, Mike. So you just saw how L'Oreal is creating intelligent and beautiful experiences at scale. But brands like L'Oreal know that the shopper experience doesn't end when they click buy. In fact, they know it's a critical opportunity to either amaze or annoy their shoppers. And it's these moments that determine whether a shopper becomes a loyal customer. But creating an amazing post-purchase experience, that is hard. That's actually really hard. There are a ton of fulfillment processes that snowball into effect the moment the shopper clicks buy. And order management is the brains responsible for orchestrating that complex post-purchase journey. But typically, order management systems are the dusty software in commerce. They're riddled with green screens and fragile integrations. And I can tell you, as a product manager who has spent the past 5 years talking to our customers, some of you in this room, about order management, that it is extremely rare to hear a customer say they love theirs, which is a bummer. But not anymore. I'm insanely excited and proud to be up here today to announce the launch of Salesforce Order Management. With Salesforce Order Management, we're taking order management out of the back office. We're taking it off premises and into the cloud. And we are putting the customer at the center of the order management experience. And because Salesforce Order Management is built on the #1 CRM platform, we're leveraging everything that comes with that. Our extensible data model, our clicks or code customization, and our API-first architecture. Providing an order management system that is flexible enough to move at your customers' expectations. And with Salesforce Order Management, we're bringing together commerce and service. We're providing service agents with the tools they need to provide truly personalized service experiences. And finally, my favorite part, we're simplifying the perceived complexity that comes along with the order lifecycle by providing declarative workflow builders and our robust partner ecosystem. Now, I could stand up here all day long talking about order management. You can see I truly love it. But let's see it in action. Taylor, can we pull up a demo? We are going to show you a visionary experience of how a brand like Kiehl's can leverage Salesforce Order Management to reimagine their post-purchase journey. So we're going to start this journey on the Kiehl's website. Just like Mike, I was preparing for Dreamforce, and I was stocking up on all my favorite Kiehl's products. And like most of you in the room, I'm frequently checking when my order is going to arrive. Because Salesforce Order Management is natively integrated into B2C commerce, I get a real-time view of my order status. I know exactly when it's going to be delivered. But this is the view from the shopper standpoint. Let's take a look at what this looks like in Service Cloud. Like I mentioned, Salesforce Order Management is natively built in the #1 CRM platform. That means that our order data is accessible to our service agents. Here, the service agent has a view of my 360-degree view as a customer, and they also have direct access to my order history. They can see orders I purchased online and in the store. But let's take a closer look at that order I was just viewing on Commerce Cloud. Like I mentioned to you all, the post-purchase journey is complex. It's hard. But here, the service agent can see everything about my order in a single view. They can see the tracking information, how I paid for it, and typically this would take a service agent up to 5 different screens to see this information. And now I'm really going to nerd out with you guys, like super nerd hard on OMS right now. Taylor, can we pull up a list view? List views come for free with the Salesforce platform. But in the context of order management, they're a pretty amazing tool. Here, a service agent can view the health of all of their orders. They can drag and drop columns. They can sort by fulfillment status, making it easy for them to understand what's going on with the orders in their system. But now I want to show you our declarative workflow builder. Taylor, can you pull up Lightning Flow? For those of you in the audience not familiar with Lightning Flow, it's an existing tool on our platform. In fact, Lightning Flow runs over 200 billion flows every single month. And we're leveraging this powerful tool to provide a visual view of the order lifecycle. Here you can see exactly how my order moved from creation, through fulfillment, into shipment, leveraging our partner ecosystem, and then into payment. But now I want to show you just how easy it is to update this workflow. Taylor, let's pull in a pause step here, because I want to give our customers a 30-minute grace period in case they want to update their order. So we'll drag it, we'll drop it, we'll save, and just like that, our order is updated. This would have typically taken thousands of dollars, and weeks, if not months, to do. But now it's as easy as clicks and not code. Oh, sorry, guys, 1 second. I think my phone is going off. It looks like my order is arriving today. Look at that. Look at this service. Yeah, it's me.
This is for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I told you guys, Salesforce Order Management always delivers. But let's recap what we just saw there. We saw how we're leveraging the #1 CRM platform to provide the most flexible order management system in the market. We also showed you how we're creating connected service experiences so that agents can provide a personalized service. And then we showed you our declarative workflow builder, clicks not code, updating the order lifecycle. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Order management, it's awesome. Gotta love that. Thank you to our Trailblazers. What great stories. So in Headless Commerce, B2b Commerce, and of course, order management and Einstein. So just two things. We're right before holiday. It's going to be a massive holiday season. We're going to see huge, huge growth in the platform thanks to all the success here. We have great resources if you need to get up. We have new trails and Trailhead out there, specifically on some of the new technologies you just saw. New adoption programs, our accelerators and toolkits. And of course, if you need extra help, we have great advisory services with our awesome customer success group. And Dreamforce is not over. Several more days. If you want to hear about more order management, take a picture, go to that URL, go to our lodge or campground and meet Amanda and get a cool t-shirt. Join us at our digital experience keynote tomorrow in this room at 4:30, where we're going to show more CMS, more great commerce, really, really cool stuff. And Kiehl's brought their entire pop-up shop to our Palace Hotel, to our lodge. You can go check out how they're doing it in real. Super fun. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. This has been so much fun.